All right, good evening, everybody. I'm going to call the meeting to order. I ask you to please rise and join me in the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Chuck, would you give us a roll call?
Okay. Barry?
Here?
Moore?
Here.
Schultz?
Here.
Stoyanovich?
Here.
I'm here. Schlichting.
Here.
Did I get that?
You did.
Bill Cork.
Here.
Perfect. Easy enough.
All right, moving on. The next up is the approval of the February meeting minutes. We didn't meet in March, so we just have the February meeting, and you guys got the, I believe, electronically. They're also in front of you if you'd like to, if you haven't reviewed them, and at which time I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes.
I move to accept the minutes as presented.
Thank you.
Second.
A second, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, so next up is our spotlight on the new businesses that have come into town. I know we have Wink Eye because I did talk to you already. You guys, sir?
For Addison Clark Real Estate.
Real estate, okay, great. So, what we'd like you to do, and I talked to you, sir, first, so if you'd come up, just give us a little spotlight of your business, and then when you're done, we're gonna come down and take a picture with you and get the certificate from us, okay?
Well, thanks for having me. My name is Dr. Kevin Johnson. I grew up in Munster, and I lived on the East Coast for 17 years. We moved back to the area about 2 years ago, and I wanted to start a practice of my own, so I started Wink Eye Care in Lowell, Indiana, and we've been open about a year, and we're opening our second location in St. John at Shops 96. The practice will be comprehensive eye care, so anything that you pretty much need except surgery, so any contacts, glasses, eye infections, that kind of stuff. And we will be open in about a month, and we're going to accept most insurance plans. And thank you for inviting me to say hi.
Welcome.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna take
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Want to do it right here, or you want?
Yeah, right there. Perfect.
Thank you.
Should have been us, the two good-looking ones.
I like that story. I'll stick with it.
Hello, everyone. Hello. We're Addison Clark Real Estate. We are originally out of Illinois. I was a salesman a while back in a town nearby, Dyer, at Frankie's for a long period of time. My wife and I, we opened up our business a couple of years ago, and we decided to further it, and we like the town. We like she's originally from Germany, so we like the town feel of St. John, so we decided to move our office here.
Wonderful.
Welcome.
Fantastic.
Another
Welcome.
office in Lansing as well. This is our second office, and we just enjoy the area. So
And she's the boss.
thanks for having us.
Hey, come on up.
You didn't have to tell us that last part.
It's assumed.
I got a good voice over here now.
Perfect. Okay. And I guess we can just move on with anything else we've got, and if anybody else shows up, then we have two more that are supposed to come, and we'll come back to it. So, new business or old business, anybody got anything?
Can I offer just a couple of words?
Absolutely.
Since this is my first meeting here tonight. In January, turned out we had the wrong contact information, so I didn't get the notice of the meeting. And the February meeting was on Ash Wednesday. I'm pastor at Holy Shepherd Lutheran Church, so meeting on Ash Wednesday is not good schedule-wise. So here I am, and glad to be here. Mike Bovat invited me, or asked me to be a part of that. That was my connection, how I got here. And as a pastor in the town and as a St. John resident, I live in the Gates. Of course, I'm excited to see new businesses and would love to see, the town develop a little more economically and diversify the tax base to allow us to keep doing what we're doing. And just a couple things I want to throw out there. And I'm sure other people have asked these questions, but I want to throw them out there. And if it's something we want to dig into more, fantastic. But one question, that I have is, what are we missing in St. John? What are the things we maybe need to go to Schererville or whatever? What kind of businesses are we missing? I think more and more a question I have is, what is something from a business or economic standpoint that would allow us to bring people together and kind of deepen ties to the community? I think that addresses a whole lot of things that people point to and say, what's wrong with things these days? And we would all answer that question differently, but I think one solution is, how can we get people really tied into the place where they live, which ties them into their neighbors, which ties them into the community? Are there businesses we could investigate that would kind of set that up? And the final question, we got to do things 3 for the Trinity, is, are there businesses we can talk to that would offer the best jobs for the people of St. John? And of course, that's going to be different. The best job for a high school student is going to be different than the best job for somebody right out of school versus somebody who has a family and so on. But in what ways, as we look to develop economically, can we also say, what is going to offer the good quality jobs? Because again, that's going to keep people in St. John. It's going to contribute to the community. They're going to be able to spend better, and they're going to have a better tie to the community because they'll say, I don't need to drive to wherever. I don't need to drive up to Chicago. Wherever. I can stay in St. John to work and to patronize these great businesses. So those are a couple of things that I kind of look for and think about in terms of economic development. So I just wanted to make sure I shared that because through a couple of different things that went on, it's my first opportunity to be here with you. So just wanted to throw a couple things out there, and
Thank you.
that's all I have to say.
Appreciate it. While you're staying on that note, Ed, how about we talk with you, and you can tell us about yourself as long as Eric did.
I
Everybody
am
else-
not that interesting of an individual, but I will attempt. So, my name is Ed Stojancevich. I moved here December of 2019, and I too live in the Gates. I live in the Gates with my wife, 3 children. We actually love St. John. My only complaint is that we did not move here 10 years ago, like 10 years sooner, I would say. So we came from Hobart, very small town community, liked it a lot. This is significantly better. The only thing that I would say Hobart had over St. John is there was a downtown area. So the kids were able to kind of ride their bikes, go downtown, patronize some of the stores, coffee shops, what have you, But I'm glad I traded that for this because this is so much. We moved here, and unfortunately COVID happened, right? A few months after we got here. But as soon as things kind of opened back up and we got a chance to experience our neighbors and build some of those relationships, I don't think someone could offer me an astronomical amount of money for my house, and I still don't think I would sell it because of how much I love our neighbors. And that's tough. That's extremely tough to come by. Is when you can kind of go like this and say, yeah, I won the neighbor lottery.
Sure.
Yeah, that's alone. So, why I decided to do this is I have a 24-year-old, a 21-year-old, and a 6-month-old. So we have quite the age difference of children. So I've always was brought up to leave things better than what they were than when you got them. So if I borrowed somebody's car, doesn't matter if it had no gas in it, I'm returning it with a full tank. Somebody let me stay the night at their house, I'm leaving and the bed's going to be made and everything else, So my thing is it's more of a legacy thing, is I want to be able to know that when my time's up, where a place that I called home is that much better for my children and the children growing up. So that's where that's kind of where Ann invited me, and I was just like, you know what, this is a perfect time because I've always wanted to get involved somehow and give back somehow, and I thought this is a great way for me to get my feet wet. So
Great, thank you.
yep, absolutely.
You're very interesting.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
All right, anybody else, new old business? No? Chuck?
No.
Okay. Reports and correspondence, we don't have anything, and Bill had to step out, so to answer, Eric, some of what you asked for, now Chuck knows a lot of stuff, but Billy, since the new administration came in and getting their feet wet, you're gonna, there a lot of that stuff Bill will answer, or he'll have things at a meeting that he's gonna want us to deal with, and he could answer some of the stuff better than one of us could just starting out, but, you know, the stuff is there. I mean, the answers are there, it's just how they go about them, and getting the development in the businesses, it's a tedious process sometimes, it really is. But trying to get everybody, trying to get the, you know, down to leases for the property and that kind of thing, and then development and codes and all that stuff, so. there
Got to
is-
lay a lot of groundwork.
Yeah, but I mean, they're good questions, and I think that, yeah, it can be dealt with, so, yeah. If that helps, I don't know, but.
Absolutely.
I've been watching, I think it was the Planning Commission meetings recently, where they've been talking about the new Franciscan facility that's going to be built. I'm not sure what the timeline is on the building, but I know they've got their renderings that were presented at the meeting. So in terms of bringing jobs to the community, I would imagine once that gets built, there's going to be a lot of, at least jobs in the medical field, receptionists, medical
Right.
assistants, nurses, technicians, phlebotomists.
Mhm. Yeah, you always want to get anybody, you always want to get the resident if you can first. It's just kind of like, yeah.
Maybe some clerical and some maintenance type stuff too.
Sure.
You know, for people who don't have a degree, that maybe there's those kind of jobs that be available.
Any type of manufacturing,
Mhm.
you know, a lot
Right,
of that
wow.
stuff on the job training and stuff like that, absolutely.
Even if those, even maybe some of the contractors building might even have openings or part-time or, you know, seasonal openings for that
Yeah.
stuff too.
I wanted to share something too. So I don't know how familiar everybody is, like with right off 93rd in Crown. I think it's still considered Crown Point. There's like a new Domino's factory there, and it's a Domino's supply chain. It's unbelievable the amount of technology that went in there and the jobs that were created there, and they spent millions on that factory. So yeah, and it supplies basically all of the Midwest.
Oh, wow.
Everything, every domino from Illinois, from Michigan, Indiana, everything's right out of there. What I'll do is I have everybody's email. I'll send the
Yeah.
Business Insider actually did a whole video on it, and I was like, wow, like right in our backyard, you know. I get it's Crown Point. Yeah, we want St. John, you know, obviously, but at the end of the day, I'm a region guy, so I love seeing when we succeed, we all succeed. So
Sure, we want to be good neighbors.
yep.
Sounds good. Go ahead. Anybody else got anything? Okay. We'll open it up to the public. Would any of you guys like to speak of anything? Ask any questions that we could answer for you?
Well, I was curious about the is that a done deal that Franciscan's coming to St. John
to
expand their current facility?
They're going through the planning commission right now, so I don't know that I don't know where they stand in getting all the approvals they need, and then they'd still have to go through the town council after that, but I think they're still in the planning stages.
I don't know if it's my place or not, but I'm at the Shops 96, so Bruce Boyer, my developer, I think the place right across that Franciscan owns, right across the street.
This
They own
is
a lot
gonna
of
be
property.
on the other side of Elsa from
Okay.
you. So keep going down, and it's gonna be
Other
that,
side of
that
41.
strip mall is, I believe, gonna be torn down, and that's where it's gonna go.
Across from the shrine, right?
Yeah,
Just before the shrine.
Before.
yeah.
Anything else? All right, seeing nothing, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?